Hey guys, we're back and we're starting the new year right with a road trip to Yosemite, California. Hey guys, we are so excited that you're joining us on our vacation to Yosemite, California. I will be sharing our experience with a 5-year-old boy and a 7-month baby. If you're considering traveling to Yosemite, California with your children, I say do it. What are you waiting for? But I will be sharing some truths about the park and some things to expect as parents, because oftentimes when you don't have kids, you just don't care about long drives, or you don't care about things that are unexpected on the road. But when you have children, believe me, you want to know what you are expecting, because longer car rides than you expect is not fun. Let me show you Exhibit A. I know it breaks my heart too, but that literally happened maybe 30 minutes in after it said that we were going to arrive to Yosemite. But this is her maybe another 30 minutes after. And she was all happy and all smiles. But knowing this, I want to let you guys know that when you go into the Yosemite Park, it tells you have arrived once you get to the gate. But the park is huge. Let me show you a map of the park. It's big. It's a whole lot of land. And so when you get to the gate, even though it says you're at Yosemite, it doesn't necessarily mean you're there. So do expect more driving. It's a lot of driving for our kids. One of the things I do regret was not stopping by the Mariposa Grove here, because when you do enter, there is a parking lot. I wish we would have done that. I think that would have spaced out the long drive before we got to all of the landmarks. Like I mentioned, it is like about an hour in. So once you're here and you see this site, you're there. Literally, you cross this tunnel and you'll be at each landmark. It's amazing. There's no echo because it's in between a mountain. It's solid. It's a mountain. Wow, do you see the edges of the mountain? There's parking here, but there's nothing to do.
Yeah, what is this? No, he said like 15 minutes more, no? This is just another view of the same thing. We want to stop here.
That's El Capitan, babe, I think.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is.
Say it with pride, El Capitan. El Capitan. That's El Capitan, man.
El chingado Capitán, ahí está.
That's El Capitan, man.
Se llama el capitán de esa montaña.
Don't think with an earthquake, nothing happens to that tunnel.
Don't be bringing your anxieties in here.
Yeah, I got anxiety in there.
Is that why you're driving so fast? Chill. You're more likely to die from freaking sliding in the icy than the... Drive safe, guys. We don't want anybody sliding on any ice. But speaking of ice, it is mandatory to carry chains. If you're a 4-wheel drive, you have to carry them with you. And I believe if you're not a 4-wheel drive, then you have to put them on. I did hear a lot of cars buzzing through because of the chains, and I could hear it grinding on the pavement. But this is January 1st. Actually, it's December 31st. And we celebrated our New Year's here at the Yosemite Park. And there wasn't any snow on the forecast, but as you can see, there's still residues of the last snow. There's a lot of snow out in the outskirts of the park. So I'll show you guys where we hung out to get a lot of snow, so our little one could sled and have a lot of fun. But here towards the valley, there is not much snow, which is perfect because we don't want to have all snowy shoes while we're hiking. And I thought it was amazing to see green. I was afraid when I Googled winter in Yosemite, everything was white, and I love green, so I was kind of sad that I was going to miss out on all the greenery. But look, it's still all green. We loved it. You can do that with gloves on. What you're doing now.
Yeah, you don't want your gloves? Go, keep walking with your mom. Catch up to your mom, hurry. You need to protect her.
Wait, she's gone.
No.
Should we just shoot her one time?
Maybe.
For the one time?
Try it. See what happens.
Not only was I shot at with fake arrows, but as an adult and as a parent, I had to do a whole lot of other things.
Can you hold it for a minute? Daddy, did you even hold Mom? Hold me?
Yeah, so even though you're on vacation, doesn't mean you really are on vacation. Parents never take that break, right? We're always a parent. Hats are always on. But with that being said, you always have to think about what we're eating, what we're doing, where we're sleeping. So in regards to eating, food at the park, I didn't see any food available throughout the park. So bring some sandwiches. I know that as a new Yosemite traveler, I saw a lot about bears, and it really freaked me out, thinking I might see a bear or I might have a bear try to break into my car. But during the day, it's safe to say that there's enough activity for any creature to not go and wander into your car to try to steal the food. That's again if you're parking where there's other parking cars. Now if you're gonna park in a random area, then go off into a random trail for hours, I would think twice about that. But we were parked where there was plenty of activity. As you notice, people are walking through. As I mentioned, these are landmarks, so lots of activity. Bring your food, bring some snacks, you're gonna need it. Another thing, bathrooms are super important for kids. They're accessible everywhere throughout the park as well. So with the COVID restrictions, there are only, they opened December 7th. So since December 7th, they're open from, I believe, 9 to 5. I know for sure they close at 5. So making sure you're aware of your time, because you do have to drive out of the park. There is no overnight stays. Speaking of wild animals and food, here we are with a coyote. You just never know what you'll encounter in Yosemite Park. You'll see a coyote one moment, and you can see a falling kid another moment, or a deer the next second. So it's just nature's beautiful. So hopefully you see all of these creatures and not a bear, because something about that bear is just so scary. And I'm sure they're fine, but hopefully you don't see a bear. Okay, here we go. As promised, here is snow. So I'll be sharing exactly where we found the snow, and this is so important because all of the experiences that Yosemite Park usually offers, like the sledding and the snowshoeing, all of that stuff is canceled right now. So no ice skating, none of that is open. So I want to make sure that you guys are aware and are able to find a good place to sled. So this spot was perfect. It's like an under construction area. It's a route that takes you to that road, and because it's under construction, basically there's like piles of rubble or rocks or whatever it is. The snow piles up really nicely there. So yeah, this is an excellent spot to sled. I don't know where we would have sled if it wasn't for us finding this spot. So I do want to share it with you guys. If you guys have any other awesome spots to sled, please leave them in the comments, because we would love to come back and find new secret spots. But here's how we found this one. Alright, so here's the entrance to the park coming from the 120. And if you go up, you'll notice that driving up maybe 20-30 minutes, you'll get to this area here where my picture is located. So if you pass that street, then you've gone way too far. But you see that little dirt path? That's exactly the little route we took to get to this little workstation. Now if I zoom in and show you like where the little path is, you'll see we took that little route and it took us exactly there. That is exactly where we are. So I think it's safe to say that we all like the snow. Well, even not liking the snow, that one was questionable. Can't you see the joy in her face? The last thing I wanted to share about was dining and staying at Yosemite. As I mentioned before, COVID has changed a lot of things, and that includes staying overnight in the Yosemite National Park, which means a lot of the lodging places there and the resorts are shut down right now. That means that you have to book your stay outside of the Yosemite National Park. So for us, we stayed in Groveland. And so this is a town about 30 minutes away from the Yosemite Gate, coming from the 120. And it was a really cute hotel. It's called Hotel Charlotte, and you can see it there on the left. It's that blue boutique historical building, and it's right next to that cute saloon. But basically, this is just a little historical town. It has lots of dining options. Another thing about dining, because of COVID restrictions, there is no dine-in in any restaurant here in California, or at least depending on the county that you're in. And here in this county, you are not allowed to dine in, which means that all food is takeout. The hotel was really nice to accommodate like a little sitting area for us, so wherever we would get our food, we can sit and eat it within the hotel. But do keep that in mind, because at any other restaurants we did have to eat in the back of our truck, standing up in the parking lot. And it was part of the adventure. It was still fun, and you know what makes it different, and we enjoyed our time. But this is our hotel from the inside. Our rooms, as you can see, we always have to do our introductory jump in. And how do we spend our New Year's? Well, we spent it dancing. And here we are dining out, like I mentioned, out in our car. But it just made the experience even more valuable and different. And my son keeps raving about Yosemite and how he wants to go back. So again, don't let things like this restrict you or limit you. Always be cautious, be safe, keep your distance. But as always, safe and happy travels to everyone.